Okay, so if we are to rewrite this scene right here, the one that, Harry had taken one step towards it with this when a slithering sound made him freeze where he stood, a bush on the end of the clearing quivered. Then, out of the shadows, a hooded figure came crawling across the ground like some stalking beast. Harry, Malfoy, and Fang stood transfixed. The cloaked figure reached the unicorn, lowered its head over the wound in the animal's side, and began to drink its blood. So if we are looking at this in terms of tone, we have to identify the subject, right? So we know what the author is trying to say. So the subject of this is definitely this cloaked and hooded figure, right? So now we have to figure out um, the kind of thoughts the author wants us to have towards this cloaked figure. Well, right away, my gut feeling is that it's a fairly negative tone, and we can come up with this because we see words like slithering, made him freeze, quivered. Typically, quivered is a word we connotate with like fear or extreme emotion. Then out of the shadows, right? Another darker word. Hooded figure, crawling across the ground. Most people walk across the ground, not crawl. Stalking beast. They're transfixed. That's something big is happening when you're transfixed, right? Lowered its head over the wound, began to drink its blood. That's a lot of things that we would need to change if we're going to rewrite this in a positive tone. So what I have on my piece of paper is all those words that I just highlighted. I have them written down. So then when I go to rewrite this, I can do that very easily. And what I'm going to do is look back at my text and I'm going to copy and paste it for us. And we'll pop this right back to our Word document. And then we're going to figure out what we do here, right? Because I have my list of scary words that I need to change. My teacher said I have to do it in a positive vibe, so how do I do that? So Harry had taken one step toward it when a slithering sound made him freeze where he stood. Okay, so Harry walked towards it when slithering is one of those scary words. So what kind of sound do I put in there that's not scary? Maybe like maybe just a curious rattling sound made him. Well, when we freeze where we stand, that's normally because we're scared. Um, let's do something not scary. Made him look around in curiosity. Okay. Oh, and then we're gonna see a bush. Bush. A bush on the edge of the clearing quivered. So bush, I'm just gonna say shook like jello and made Harry laugh. Okay, so we've got some positive words in here. We have shook like jello, laugh, rattling sound, made him curious. Then we're gonna have then instead of out of the shadows, down a moonlit maybe path, a hooded figure. So we have to keep the figure the same. We can't change like what's happening. So what kind of figure? Maybe cloaked. That's not as scary. Cloaked figure came strolling. Strolling's always good instead of crawling. Across the way like we don't want a stalking beast. What do we want to be like? Like a vacationer at the beach. Yeah, that's it. Let me fix my typo. And then Harry, Malfoy, and Fang stood transfixed. Harry, Malfoy, and Fang looked on in wonder. All right. The cloaked figure reached the unicorn, lowered its head over the wound in the animal's side, and began to drink its blood. This is where it gets hard because drinking of blood is kind of creepy, right? So let's say the figure, um, we won't say cloaked, we'll just say figure. No, let's say the the mysterious being walked up to the unicorn. Hmm. Ran its hands over the over its mane and reverently began to drink its blood. Drinking blood's always creepy, but maybe if we put the word reverent in front of it, which has like a holy vibe, it makes it not so bad. So this is how you go about rewriting something. And this is how we pick out, this is word choice and tone. This is how we figure out how to change a tone, the words we use, the connotations that are behind them. That's everything that goes into this.